the regular season winds down, some teams must be concerned about their seeding, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. For teams still on the bubble, just getting into the postseason is the concern. For the top teams, seedings are huge. They want as many home games as possible.
A look at the starting group for the Pistons. Harris and Duren together in the middle. Duncan Robinson is out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. And here's Detroit. Last time they met in Detroit.
Yeah, they found some decent looks, but the shots just weren't falling. Sometimes it goes like that.
Seems like they did all they could, and sometimes it still doesn't go your way.
5 on the clock. Duren, the pass to Robinson. The Pistons need to get one up quick. And here's Cunningham outside. Rebound by San Antonio. Castle outside. Pass to Fox. Stolen by Thompson. Deflects the pass. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go. And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Harris passes to Cunningham. Harris, the screen on Fox. Shot from 12, and that one's good. Cunningham.
Yeah, that's a shot that Cunningham is very comfortable with. No problem with the mid-range.
Pass to Champagny. Fox against Cunningham. And it's Fox missing.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up empty.
Offensive rebound. Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Cunningham against Fox. Duren with a steal. To the middle. Here's Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
In so many ways, Harris can beat you. He has the size and skill to score from all 3 levels.
Vassell outside. Fox surveying the D. Wembanyama screen. And Fox hits from deep.
Sometimes Fox gets room behind the three-point line because of that blow-by ability.
And Stan, the Pistons' J.B. Bickerstaff, the runner-up last season for Coach of the Year.
Well, yeah, instead it went to Kenny Atkinson, who replaced him in Cleveland. But B.A. talking about landing on your feet, Bickerstaff showing again he can turn things around.
San Antonio with the ball. The Pistons getting their last shot to go. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Fox against Cunningham. Harris on the wing. Duren with a screen on Fox. Throws it up high. 6 to shoot. Stolen by Wembanyama. Castle against Robinson. He missed the layup. He had him with the pump fake. Inside. Harris misses. Spurs trail by 3. Now Vassell. Yet to see a basket.
Muscling down that rebound. Big man playing big.
Thompson's shot is off. For San Antonio, they've gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. Vassell passes to Fox. Here's Champagny. Pounded by Harris. Back to Fox. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Wembanyama. The basket's good. Off the assist from Fox.
Yeah, this is what everyone wants to see Wembanyama doing. Dominating on the inside.
Duren, no good.
That's going up against a defense that knows your tendencies.
Here's Vassell. And San Antonio getting another bucket right there.
Well, he's such a natural talent. Has all the skill needed to produce at a high level.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Stan, the big man, Victor Wembanyama, has set a new standard for shot blocking.
Yeah, look, B.A., we've had some great rim protectors in this league, but he can also do it on the perimeter. I've seen guys turn down three-point looks because he's standing in front of them.
On the 2K leaderboard, a peek at the best shot-blocking team since the All-Star break. The Pistons, #1. In the third spot, the Spurs.
And the heart and desire both of these teams have shown on the defensive end has been fantastic. Just doing a tremendous job at swatting away shots.
Harris right side. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that.
Robinson against Castle. Outside Wembanyama. On the wing, Fox. Shot clock at 5. And Cunningham pulls it down.
He's been off this whole period, unable to sustain any kind of consistency.
Rebound by San Antonio.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Pass to Fox. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Thompson.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
To the paint. And the dunk by Duran.
Cunningham, a 6'6" point guard, built to operate in the pick and roll.
And Fox has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. They trail by 3. Vassell against Thompson. Count the basket. Vassell's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, maybe the defense thinks they can live with that, but he's pretty consistent from that mid-range area.
Pass to Harris. And he lobs it up to the rim. Wembanyama, pass to Fox. On the wing, Vassell, defended by Thompson. Wembanyama scanning the floor. Out to Fox. 11 feet out, and the jumper falls for him. Fox has got 5.
Nice to see Fox opening his offense up a little, taking advantage of a mid-range look.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Thompson. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 4th assist with that last one.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and short, crisp passing.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. He's checked in for San Antonio. Let's see some of the numbers here for Devin Vassell.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
Here's Fox. An 11-point game for him in the win against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
He didn't make it all about himself. His passing was sharp, and he kept everyone involved.
Now here's Wembanyama. They trail by 1. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Fox missing. Detroit has gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Harris passes to Cunningham. And it's Harris. That time on the assist by Cunningham. Harris has got his 3rd basket on the night right there. Fox against Cunningham. Fox with a screen on Harris. Outside Wembanyama. Gets an open look and hits it. And that's now 6 points for Victor Wembanyama. The Pistons have gone 8 for 14 from the floor. Cunningham passes to Harris. Back to Cunningham. Nice. Gets his 2nd bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Pass to Harper. Here's Champagny. San Antonio moving the ball around. And it's Fox missing.
And they need his offense right now, but his shot is just not falling.
Harris. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. And now a 5-point Detroit lead.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
To the inside. It's tipped. Robinson with a steal. Pass to Thompson. Here's Cunningham. For 3, here's Harris. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Fox. Here's Champagny, pounded by Harris. Shot clock at 6. Champagny, pass to Vassell. San Antonio needs to get off a shot, and he jams it home with authority.
Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfectly.
Detroit leading by 3. Outside Robinson. There's a screen. Harris on the wing. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, thanks a lot, guys. Victor Wembanyama is trying to gain strength, but he said it's important not to lose your mobility. So bulking up is not a good word. It's more being stable. That's the way to keep going. I don't need to bulk up. I need to get my core stronger. I need to get solid. Guys, back to you.
That approach makes sense. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Here's Robinson. After the basket by San Antonio. Out to Thompson. Beyond the arc. Harris outside.
2 minutes.
Just 5 on the clock. Goes back up. Vassell with the rebound.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Pass to Harper. Fox outside. Wembanyama, high post. Thompson against Vassell. Fires from the wing. They're in with a rebound. Duran's got 7 rebounds in the game. The Pistons leading, and the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild. But when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up, and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Terrific at cashing in off the catch. Harris wants those passes to come his way.
Pass to Wembanyama. Fox outside. Over Cunningham. And that one goes. 3 for 9 for him. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first. Outside Robinson. And here's Duran. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And he did a ton of damage from the line. Assertive play and consistent free throw shooting can be a huge difference maker.
Here's Champagny. Pass to Wembanyama. Vassell outside. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Cunningham deciding where to go with it. And it's good for 2. Cunningham's got 6.
Easy shot for him. They'll take that every time up the floor.
It's been all about Tobias Harris for the Pistons. 11 points in the quarter. He's on fire. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on the
And of course, taking it inside, always a great game plan. And I'm curious if there'll be an adjustment from the defensive end. Maybe sag off some shooters a little.
They've got Harper. Also Johnson out there. Devin Vassell out there with Luke Cornett. And it's Bryant in at power forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's Jenkins. Pass to Stewart. Harper pulls it in. Spurs trail by 4. Johnson on the wing. He's checked by LeVert. Here's Cornett. And he banks in the layup. Johnson's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, he's a very strong wing. Johnson is about 220 pounds, and he knows how to use his body.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Jenkins. Here's Holland. Detroit moving the ball around. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Here's LeVert. Here's Jenkins. And the 3 off target. Well, the Spurs shooting it at 52%. And here's Cornett. Bryant, the pass to Johnson. Yes, sir, and it's Bryant picking up the assist. Johnson's got his second basket of the game.
Well, we know Johnson can beat you from the perimeter, but there he is working inside.
Pass to Jenkins. Stewart outside. Here's LeVert. Holland for 3. It doesn't go for him. Excellent D there from Bryant. On the wing, Bryant. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. 4-3. The rebound by Detroit. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. And that's a one-game homestand for the club. Stolen by Vassell. Pass to Bryant. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
Castle's checked in for Johnson. Detroit also making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Green. Robinson comes in for LeVert. And Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Playing above the rim. This kid, Asar Thompson, can fly.
When you're a 6'8 pivot like Isaiah Stewart, you'd better have the strength to battle longer players.
Yeah, B.A., his game is all about power. Once he establishes position, it's hard to root him out of there. And, man, he sets some teeth-rattling picks.
Up top, Robinson. Pass to Stewart. Back to Robinson. Here's Cunningham. Out to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Misses the 3. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. Now here's Bryant. And here's Vassell. Thompson with some nice D. Detroit has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Castle against Robinson. Back to Cunningham. Ooh, Cunningham making moves inside.
Nice job getting inside and executing. I like seeing Cunningham be aggressive around the basket.
Pass Pass to Cornette. Here's Harper. He's watched by Cunningham. Cornette sets a screen. Down low. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
So it's Detroit now. San Antonio getting their last shot to go. Pass to Stewart. Here's Cunningham. Picked by Stewart. Launches a three. Oh, the range of Cunningham.
Well, as a defense, you have to expect Cunningham to take those. He's not shy at the arc.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson now. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. San Antonio, Wembanyama's checked in for Bryant, and De'Aaron Fox is subbed in for Harper. And a switch here also for Detroit. Harris is checked in. Spurs trail by 3. Fox outside. Here's the pick. Pass to Wembanyama. The 3-ball. And it's Harris with the rebound. Detroit has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Wembanyama with some nice D. And Wembanyama has the ball here for the Spurs. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
Yeah, they were able to execute offensively in a hostile environment, which led to a lot of high percentage shots.
Well, and it's one thing to get the shots you want. It's another to make them. They've got good scorers on this team.
Now here's Cornette. Looking at the numbers, he's putting up 7 points a game. The Pistons lead by 3. Here's Harris. Oh, he drains it. His 6th make in 9 tries so far.
When Harris is cooking like this, get him the ball and clear the way, because he's going to keep his foot on the gas pedal.
Here's Wembanyama. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia.
Also, he had more blocks than New York City, offering up some incredible rim protection.
And once he gets deep enough positioning, there's not much you can do to stop Wemby.
Outside Robinson. Harris outside. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Fox outside. Back to Wembanyama. Castle against Robinson. Outside Wembanyama. This one for 3. They get it back. Out to Fox. Pass to Castle. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Wembanyama. Count that one. He's scoring at a nice clip. He's 6 of 9 tonight. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Thanks. With players signing rich extensions, highlighted by Devin Booker's 2-year, $145 million max contract, we're quickly approaching a time when so-called supermax players will be making over $1 million per game. As shocking as it sounds, the reality is that the best players are already worth more than that to their teams.
It's all about results. Thank you very much for the report, Shams. Yep, that one goes.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
Thompson outside. Back to Cunningham. To the inside. Here's Harris. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. And that's 15 points for Tobias Harris.
And for Harris, it's about getting into a rhythm. Once he does this, he can take over games.
Fox with a screen on Robinson. Pass to Wembanyama. Takes the 3. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Spurs lead by 1.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Oh, deflected. Stolen by Wembanyama. Poked loose. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. And we got a quick moment to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Isaiah Stewart.
You know, a trend like this isn't going to please the coach or the front office. He's been a little more focused on other parts of his game, and rebounding is something he needs to put more emphasis on. And I'm sure they've talked to him about it.
Johnson, he's checked in for Vassell. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Duran's checked in. Wembanyama down low. Harris on him. 6 on the shot clock. Left side, Wembanyama. Over Harris. Wembanyama's shot is good. Wembanyama's got 16 points now.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Pass to Robinson from the arc. Nails it from 3.
Well, that's a breakdown defensively. Can't afford to give him those kind of looks.
Outside Wembanyama. Castle outside. Outside Wembanyama. Shoots over Robinson. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist by Castle. 18 points for him.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
Now here's Harris. He's coming off a 19-point game against Cleveland.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Pass to Fox. Thompson against Johnson. Now here's Wembanyama. Over Robinson. Victor Wembanyama again. Wembanyama's got 20.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Cunningham up top. He's covered by Fox. And the dunk by Duran.
He is ferocious on alley-oops. With his good hands and wingspan, Duran makes for an easy target on the lob.
Now here's Castle. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia. Wembanyama against Harris. Pass to Cornette. Outside Wembanyama. Let's go with a 3. Ooh, Wembanyama with the silky stroke from 3.
Overall, this quarter, he's getting good looks, and he's taking advantage.
Cunningham passes to Duran. And here's Robinson. Now Harris. Now Cunningham. Robinson on the wing. He's guarded by Castle. Here's Cunningham. The rebound by the Spurs. Castle right side. Outside Johnson. Wembanyama screen. Thompson against Johnson. Pass to Wembanyama. 3-pointer. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Yeah, you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
Cunningham on the wing. Over Fox. And again, it's Detroit converting. And so it's San Antonio leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up?
When I look at San Antonio, they've been phenomenal. All the lofty predictions, the expectations, they've all come true. Now comes the hardest part, in the postseason. Every team is going to be gunning for them.
And looking back at the first half of this game, it's likely we'll see some adjustments for the Pistons.
I'm surprised it's this close, not gonna lie. They played some weak D, giving up too many easy open looks.
Mincing, no words, as usual. We'll see if Coach can get into their heads. That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's send you over to Brian Anderson with the third period.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
When he got good position and they got the ball to him, he was automatic.
Reminds me of the good old days. Feed it to the big and let him work.
Pistons trail by 6. And last season, the Pistons became the first team ever to triple their win total from the previous campaign.
Yeah, going from the worst record in the association in 2024 to a playoff team in 2025. And now they look to just keep on rising.
And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Cade Cunningham out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Duren in at the 5. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Spurs are on the rise. Victor Wembanyama said, quote, "I've been on board since day one. We know it's not going to be a straight line. There will be ups and downs. This is not easy, but I'm very confident in the will that my guys have. The long term is never being questioned." Back to you guys.
They'll get there. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. Free throw's good for Fox. When you watch De'Aaron Fox, is there anything that sticks out to you, Grant?
Well, B.A., this league has the best athletes in the world, and Fox looks like maybe the quickest guy out there on most nights. His change of direction is especially elite.
That one's no good. Well, with De'Aaron Fox, he may go through peaks and valleys, but he's always dangerous, Stan.
Yeah, B.A., sometimes you watch and think, this defense is doing a great job against him. And then he'll drop 15 and a quarter without even breaking a sweat.
Now here's Cunningham over Fox, and it's Cunningham missing. Fox against Cunningham. Pass to Wembanyama. Wembanyama hammers it down.
Yeah, on any given night, this is what Wembanyama is capable of. He can put on a one-man show.
Fox against Cunningham. And Cunningham throws it down.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And, man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Here's Champagnie following the score by Detroit. Now here's Wembanyama. 28 points for him. 2 on the clock. Champagnie's shot is off. And here's Thompson. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Now here's Robinson. A key piece to their offense, putting up 12 points a game. Duren, the pass to Cunningham. And they doubled up Cunningham. Goes up at the elbow. Harris misses.
Not a great start to this second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. Wembanyama won't be denied.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Robinson. Three-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Fox outside. Back to Castle. San Antonio moving the ball around. Castle, a screen on Duran. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Yeah, flat-out dominant score. Wemby's ability to capitalize from anywhere on the floor is what makes him so dangerous.
Now here's Robinson. He's got 6. Cunningham with the ball. And here's Harris outside. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Champagnie pass to Wembanyama. Oh, stolen by Harris. Inside. Stolen by Vassell. Pass to Champagnie. Now here's Wembanyama. Covered by Duran. The 3. And there's Wembanyama. That's good on the assist from Vassell. Vassell's got his 3rd assist of the night. Cunningham against Fox. Thompson, a screen on Fox. Cunningham into the lane. Stolen by Castle. And here's Fox. He's watched by Cunningham. And it's Fox missing.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Harris right side. And here's Cunningham outside. Sinks it from distance. Cunningham's got 18 points in the game.
He's taking what he can get here as a 3 in each half.
Wembanyama, the pass to Fox. Here's Wembanyama. Fox outside. 6 to shoot. Yes! And it's Wembanyama picking up the assist. Fox has gotten 4 this quarter.
That's how you return the favor. Fox getting aggressive.
Harris on the wing. And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Right side, Robinson to the middle. Here's Duran. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
Yeah, you need to know where Wemby is. If he's anywhere close to the rim, it's really tough to score.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another note, how about the way they've cashed in off turnovers, taking advantage when given the extra opportunity?
The first free throw is good. Well, Stan, now that we've had the coaches' challenges for a few seasons now, what do you think about it?
Well, B.A., I'm probably in the minority. I don't really like them. I think they slow down the flow of the game. And look, across all sports, mistakes are part of the game. Players' mistakes, coaches' mistakes, and referees' mistakes. Let's just live with them and keep the game moving.
Yeah, as of right now, Jalen Duran kind of seems like a classic big man. He can block, he can rebound, and he really focuses on finding close-range looks.
Wembanyama. Oh, a sturdy shot from Victor.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Here's Cunningham. Pass to Robinson. And here's Cunningham. Over Fox. And that one's good. Cunningham. And that's 20 points for Cade Cunningham.
Well, they're behind, but it's certainly not because of him. He's doing everything he can. He just needs more help from his teammates.
Vassell outside. Knocks it loose. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Yeah, that's good work by Thompson to get ahead of the pack and finish the break.
Fox finds Castle to the paint. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Thompson scanning the floor. Duran, the pass to Robinson. Here's Cunningham. Oh, what a move by Cunningham inside.
And the defense was all over him, but Cunningham shows some toughness inside.
Fox against Cunningham. Now here's Fox. The D's right on him. Cunningham with some nice D. Back to Harris. And they double up Harris. Cunningham outside. Just 5 to shoot. Oh, Cunningham digging deep.
Well, even though they're struggling, his solo efforts on offense have really been something.
Castle outside. Back to Fox. San Antonio moving the ball around. Wembanyama screen. Out to the right wing. Shot is up. The rebound by Detroit. Cunningham's got his 6th rebound on the night. And he's going for the oop here. And the dunk by Duren.
Well, as a lob partner, Duren's exactly what you want. He really goes and gets it.
And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy.
There's no way coach likes this effort level. They need to refocus.
Yeah, you have to take a timeout in a situation like this. Stop the bleeding a bit and regroup.
And the Spurs making a change here. Harper's checked in. And the switch here also for Detroit. Holland, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. Fox against Cunningham. To the wing, right side. Duren against Wembanyama. Out to Fox. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point land. The shot no good. Cunningham with some nice D. Pass to Holland. Now here's Robinson. Out to Thompson. Back to Duren. Holland for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got rebound number 12 here already in the game to end the drought. Fox, the pass to Harper. To the middle. From 13. Oh, too easy for Wemby. Nice finish.
Well, that's what they're looking for. Get Wembanyama inside, and his height is impossible to deal with.
One thing people notice about Dylan Harper, he loves to get going downhill.
Yeah, he delights in bullying his way through a defense, using a blend of speed and size to get to where he wants to go.
Champagny, pass to Wembanyama. That one drops for him. Wembanyama's got 43 points.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy, and every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
Thompson outside. Outside Robinson. Pass to Duren. Now Robinson. Here's Cunningham. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Fox against Cunningham. Fox outside. The rebound by Detroit.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Now here's Fox. He's got 11. Vassell with it, and it's Robinson picking him up. Vassell's shot is good.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Pistons trail by 10. Now Cunningham. He's got 24. Over Fox. And that one's good. Cunningham's got 26 points.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Now here's Vassell. 6 points for him. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And that's one he wants back, just wide open, but not able to connect that time.
Thompson passes to Cunningham. Robinson on the wing. Thompson outside. Pass to Holland. He puts up a three. Vassell with the rebound. Vassell's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Fox. Vassell outside. There's the three. And they'll get another chance. Here's Harper. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And we've reached the end of the third. San Antonio on top, up by 8. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. San Antonio leading by 8. Fox at the 1 with Castle at the 2. Then there's Luke Cornett. Then it's Keldon Johnson. And it's Bryant in at the 4. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Johnson. Perfection with the jumper from the elbow.
Going old school with the mid-range. Johnson.
LeVert goes against Castle. Stewart, a screen on Castle. LeVert goes in. Stewart to pass to Cunningham. No good on the 3. And the Spurs shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Blocked!
Well, Stewart understands his role is to protect the rim, and he does a great job of it.
Green, the pass to Cunningham. Here's Holland. Back to Cunningham. Just 4 to shoot. The shot that time not on target. Some solid defense from Cornett. Pass to Johnson. Soft touch off the glass. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, they're really being bullied right now defensively. 8 of the last 10 points have come from the inside.
Cunningham passes to Stewart. Now LeVert. Now Green. Covered by Johnson. Fox against Cunningham. Over Fox. And it's Cornett with a rebound. Cornett's got 6 rebounds in the game. Outside Johnson. Fox outside. LeVert goes against Castle. Pass to Johnson. Cunningham, left side. Hey, Cunningham! An emphatic jam.
Assertive drive by Cunningham. Just took off and never looked back.
Here's Johnson. Green covering. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Holland. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Johnson passes to Fox. Over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. To the inside. And here's Cunningham. Pass to Holland. Back to Cunningham. Outside, Green. 5 to shoot. And here's LeVert for 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Bryant. The Pistons clear it.
Aggressive move but that was great D to prevent the easy bucket.
The lead now in single digits.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Timeout called. Mitch Johnson. He's looking to make some very important adjustments here.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Well, that's the job, right? Your duty as a coach is to finesse your lineups so your guys get the best chance to succeed.
For San Antonio, Olynyk comes in for Cornette, and it's Champagnie in for Bryant. Tobias Harris checked in for Detroit. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He said, keep it going, guys. Ride this wave of momentum. We're playing great right now, but we can't let up. Guys, back to you.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Pass to Castle. Fox outside. Stewart with it. Fox picks him up. Here's Holland. Oh, powered down with both hands.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
San Antonio with the ball. The Pistons getting their last shot to go. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Champagnie. San Antonio again can't hit. And so Cunningham will bring it up for the Pistons. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Pass to Stewart. Outside for LeVert. Lets the three fly. Another three for Detroit.
That's a big make for LeVert. Should help his confidence.
San Antonio leading. Here's Champagnie. Back to Fox. Outside Olynyk. Castle on the wing. To snap the cold streak. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Those are precisely the looks this team is trying to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now here's Castle. Pass to Johnson. From deep. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Detroit has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the fourth quarter. Back to Cunningham. And here's Stewart. It's LeVert on the wing. It's stolen by Johnson. Castle against Stewart. And he dunks it down.
And a basket there really helps to stop the bleeding.
Here's LeVert. Stewart, a screen on Castle. LeVert passes to Stewart. Now Cunningham. Pulls up. Perfection. Beautiful stroke. 30 points for Cade Cunningham.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Castle outside. Back to Fox. Clock at 4. And Cunningham pulls it down. Cunningham's got 9 rebounds now. To tie it up. Oh, some solid defense from Fox. The Spurs have gotten just 3 of 9 shots to go in, struggling this fourth quarter. Outside Johnson. Pass to Olynyk. San Antonio moving the ball around. On the wing, Fox. He's watched by Cunningham. And it's Fox missing.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Holland can't hit. San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Up top, Johnson. He's checked by LeVert. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal
It's going to be on Karis LeVert.
And for Johnson, it's all about being consistent. When he does this, he's a major factor for this team.
First one falls for him. And it's been an interesting ride of late for Keldon Johnson. Stan being asked to take on a number of different roles.
Well, B.A., some guys would struggle seeing their spot in the rotation and their minutes change. But Johnson takes it all in stride and puts the team first.
Looking at who's out there now for San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Olynyk, and it's Devin Vassell in for Kessel.
And every year, Johnson seems to get better. His drive to want to be great is admirable.
Pass to Champagny. Back to Johnson. Now here's Wembanyama. Robinson defending. That's good from Wembanyama on the assist by Fox. Fox has got 5 assists in the game. Pistons trail by 5. Now Robinson. Back to Cunningham. The 3, here's Harris. Spurs shooting 51%. Good clip from the field. Pass to Champagny. Back to Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. Count it. Good. Wembanyama's got 47 points.
Well, he's not the thickest guy, but Wembanyama can bully his way inside when he needs to.
Thompson passes to Cunningham. That one doesn't drop. Nice D from Vassell.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards. They just look so overwhelmed inside. That's why they continue to get attacked.
Pistons trail by 6. Thompson outside. Here's Cunningham. Duran with a screen on Fox. Cunningham drives in.
What an injection of energy from Duran, working hard to find points for his team.
And Fox has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. They held a 12-point lead earlier. And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. Castle's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Fox. For 3. The 3 ball is down.
Savvy decision there by Fox. Moving the ball back outside into the hands of a ready shooter.
Cunningham outside. Duran with a screen on Fox. Now Duran. Robinson, ready off the pass, he lays it in.
Yeah, that was an important hoop from Robinson.
Fox outside. Wembanyama against Duran. Outside Fox. Wembanyama, screen on Cunningham. Just 5 to shoot, beyond the arc. Oh, connects again.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. Here's Cunningham. Duran with a screen on Fox. Doubled up Cunningham. Tries it from 9. Fox there for the rebound.
Well, he keeps taking shots and keeps missing. At what point do you get others involved?
Vassell against Thompson. Fires the 3. That's off. Pistons trail by 8. Cunningham up top. From 12 feet out. No good.
Great contest down low. Allowing no easy hoops is a winning approach.
Here's Castle. Tipped. Now Vassell. Castle on the wing. Robinson defending. Now Fox. 5 on the clock. He got it!
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
No, I'd be lying if I said the crowd doesn't have an impact. It's certainly felt from the head coach all the way down.
Oh, it's blocked by Wembanyama.
What a swat. As Wembanyama refines his defense, more and more shots are going to be in danger.
No good. Here's Harper. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. Even early on in this game, they appeared happy to be playing at home.
And it makes a huge difference. Once they started to get into a groove, you never really felt like they wouldn't come out on top.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Ali LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche La NBA.
Teams gearing up for a playoff push. This is the time of year when you want to be clicking on all cylinders.
And you notice that difference in intensity immediately after the All-Star break because teams are starting to ramp it up, getting ready for the playoffs.
Players seem to know when they've got the kind of team that can make a deep run.
Oh, everybody in that locker room can sense it.
A look at the Pistons starting group. Thompson and Harris make up the forwards. Duncan Robinson is out there with Kate Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Robinson. Harris is doubled. Back to Robinson. Clock at 6. Harris with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Offensive rebound. Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
You have to put a body on Duren. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
And the ball out of play. The Pistons will have it. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Thompson, a screen on Fox. Puts it up from 12, and the basket is good.
Yeah, and I like Cunningham from the mid-range area of the floor. It's the most difficult place for a defense to run extra traffic at you.
Now here's Fox. You know, his stats have been solid, averaging around 18.5 points a game. That shot off the mark. Cunningham with some nice D. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Outside Robinson. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
And solid pass from Cunningham. He has a good understanding for when the defense has overcommitted.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No good again that time.
Not how they were looking to start the game. They've come up empty on their first 3 tries.
Tim, how do you like this blend for the new Pistons? Wily veterans alongside the new blood.
I love the way they have built this team. Shooting was their Achilles heel, but these veterans bring spacing and savvy.
And it's Cunningham missing.
Yeah, he's got to be mad at himself for missing that one, especially considering the defense didn't really affect him.
Champagny, that's good.
That ends their drought. You could feel the frustration building with each miss.
Well, you need to have a short-term memory. You can't worry about the shots that didn't go in.
Now here's Harris. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Here's Cunningham. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Spurs trail by 5. Pass to Castle. Over to the left wing. Wembanyama against Duren. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Free throw good, Wembanyama.
Honestly, we have never seen someone like Victor Wembanyama, a skilled 7.5-footer. I mean, the way he moves, it's unreal.
Now here's Cunningham. In his last outing, 10 points for him. Thompson with a screen. Just 5 on the clock. The Pistons need to get one up quick from behind the arc. Cunningham can't get that one to fall.
And he's having an ugly quarter from the field. It seems really frustrated.
Castle against Duren. Wembanyama, pass to Fox. It's the mark. Can't get it to drop. Cunningham with some nice D. Detroit has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Pass to Duren. Shoots over Vassell. Out to Thompson. Detroit moving the ball around. And here's Cunningham. Going inside, shoots over Vassell. That's short off the rim.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
And with each miss, you can feel him pressing just a little bit more.
Now here's Fox. No points so far. He nails it, and we're tied.
Explosive speed gives Fox the clear advantage on the drive. He gets down the lane so fast.
Harris on the wing. To win the cold spell. Vassell with the rebound. The Spurs have gone just 3 for 7 here at the start. Here's Fox. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Harper, he's checked in for Castle.
De'Aaron Fox, shooting 1.
De'Aaron Fox really is your do-it-all kind of point guard. Just such a valuable player for this franchise.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
It's time to fire off some T-shirts. The loudest section is one. Who wants one?
And a look at the stats for Victor Wembanyama. And Detroit has possession. They trail by 3, outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
And it was just a strange loss. They were far from their best, but still managed to keep it close.
Yeah, when you lose a close game, no matter what your performance looked like, it always feels like it's a game you could have won.
4 on the clock. And here's Harris outside. The rebound by the Spurs. This is their first game against Detroit this season. Champagny, the pass to Vassell. Here's Fox. In his last outing, he had 11 points. And he lobs it up, and the dunk by Wembanyama.
I mean, it seems like you could throw it up to Wembanyama on every offensive possession, and he'll slam it home.
Pass to Harris. They need this. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Here's Champagny. Here's Harper. No good there. Pistons trail by 3. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Cunningham finds Harris. Outside Robinson. Vassell with it. Now guarded by Harris. Down low. Unloads. No good off the glass.
Yeah, they're winning despite his offensive performance. He just hasn't been sharp from the field.
Cunningham passes to Duran. Lays it up and banks it in. Duran's gotten his second bucket of the game.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
Here's Harper. He's scoreless. Wembanyama, pass to Fox. Basket counts. And the Spurs lead by 3.
Boy, absolutely no rim protection, leading to a lot of easy buckets here.
Outside Robinson. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Duran. 6 to shoot. Back to Cunningham. Shoots over Harper. And it's Cunningham missing.
Can't get anything to go this period. Seems like he's hit a wall. Fox, the pass to Harper.
Outside Wembanyama. Here's Fox. The Pistons clear it. Duran's got 4 rebounds now. Thompson passes to Harris. Here's Champagnie. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. San Antonio moving the ball around. Pass to Harris. Fires for 3. Knocked away. Cunningham, left side. Second shot opportunity. Back to Robinson. Here's Duran. Missed it, even after all of those chances.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
Here's Champagnie. Yes, and it's Wembanyama picking up the assist.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Different look for San Antonio. Cornette's checked in for Victor Wembanyama. Olynyk comes in for Champagnie. And Keldon Johnson subbed in for Harper. Holland, he's checked in for Detroit. Caris LeVert comes in for Robinson. Harris outside. Pass to LeVert. Harris against Olynyk. Now here's Cunningham. He buries it from 3. Cunningham's got 5.
Love that shot by Cunningham. He's developing more confidence in his three-point stroke.
Vassell, a screen on Cunningham. Fox feeling it out a bit. 6 on the shot clock. Good on the bucket. He's got 9.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Now here's Cunningham. He's got 5. Pass to LeVert. Harris, a screen on Johnson. Back to Cunningham. Fires from deep. Rebound by Olynyk.
And so far, they've had the advantage on the boards.
Well, he's bounced around some legs, but Kelly Olynyk remains a valued finesse big man.
And that's because he brings things that this league values. Floor spacing, great decision-making, and the kind of high IQ play that keeps an offense humming.
Not to mention the great hair.
Showing off the major hops. Wow! Look at Fox. Get up and finish with some power.
LeVert outside. Pass to Duran. Here's Holland. And here's LeVert. For 3. Kept alive. Harris outside. Here's Holland. The rebound by the Spurs. Fox outside. Johnson on the wing. He's checked by LeVert. Pass to Cornette. Inside. Duran against Fox. And that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
These defenders really need to man up, particularly in the lane.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
And Harris throws it down.
Well, if Tobias Harris sees a lane to the rim, he is going to exploit it.
Here's Fox. Following the score by Detroit. Vassell, a screen on Cunningham. Fox against Cunningham. With the step back. De'Aaron Fox again. Fox has got 15 points.
And he was dominant in their last outing. And the same thing here tonight. He is in a terrific groove right now.
And that confidence has carried over to tonight. He is playing great basketball.
And so the San Antonio Spurs up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More 2K action in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, guys, early on, they're driving the lane constantly, using their quickness to gain an advantage. Look at their points off penetration.
And another thing they've done consistently well is attack the paint. They have stayed aggressive under the hoop and gotten high percentage looks.
Kelly Olynyk is out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Luke Cornett. Then there's Harper. And it's Johnson in at the shooting guard. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Pistons trail by 10. Pass to LeVert. Here's Holland, guarded by Olynyk. Back to LeVert. Puts up a deep three. Johnson with the defensive effort.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that's not a horrible shot for him to take, but you could still probably find a higher percentage shot.
Pass to Olynyk. Here's Harper. Oh, he tries a three. Holland with a rebound. Outside, Green. LeVert outside. Now here's Stewart. Using his post moves to get the 2 points.
A Swiss Army knife talent, LeVert is very skilled at setting the table for his teammates.
Spurs lead by 8. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Cornett. LeVert goes against Johnson to the inside. Olynyk. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
And here's LeVert, covered by Johnson. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3. The Spurs have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Vassell against Green. Now here's Vassell. He's closely guarded. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
Here's Jenkins. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. It's stolen by Olynyk. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Harper passes to Olynyk. Now Vassell. Here's the three. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Here's Holland. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Green with a screen on Johnson. It's LeVert on the wing. Covered by Johnson. 4 on the clock. LeVert passes to Green. That three's off the mark. San Antonio leading by 10. Left side Johnson. Down low. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to be on Caris LeVert. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. And here's a timeout from Mitch Johnson. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Timeout Spurs. The senior center on the screen and use your
he's checked in for Olynyk. Castle comes in for Johnson. And Fox is subbed in for Harper. Detroit also making some changes. Thompson, he's checked in for Green. Robinson comes in for LeVert. And Cade Cunningham subbed in for Jenkins. And a lot of spot-up shooters now, adding a one-dribble pull-up three to the repertoire.
Yeah, when you have defenders selling out to contest that catch and shoot, you got to reload, relocate, and let it fly. It's a valuable counter for those long-distance specialists.
Stewart finds Robinson. And again, no good by Detroit. Spurs lead by 13. Vassell outside. Pass to Fox. Back to Vassell. From outside the arc. San Antonio again can't hit.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
ABA, the NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Guys?
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans. Thank you, Allie. Pass to Stewart. Robinson against Fox. Picked by Stewart. Here's Robinson. Drained it for 2 points. Robinson's got 5. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for the Spurs. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. San Antonio moving the ball around. To the paint. And stolen by Stewart. Here's Robinson. And so ball out of bounds. Thompson touched it last. And while we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for Isaiah Stewart.
Well, it's a downward trend, and that could be for many reasons. Maybe they're asking them to play different roles. Sometimes it's the guys around you. If you're playing alongside a great rebounder, there aren't as many boards to go around. So you really have to dig into the details to understand why this is happening.
Wembanyama's checked in for San Antonio. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Harris is checked in. Fox against Cunningham. Back to Castle. To the middle. Here's Vassell. He's off on that one. Thompson with some nice D. Pistons trail by 11. Tim, talk about what Tobias Harris has brought to the Detroit Pistons.
Well, Brian, he has just stabilized them on the floor. And Coach Bickerstaff said it best. Harris knows what the game needs, and he has the versatility to get it done.
When Wembanyama has the ball in there, I mean, it's often a bucket, a foul, or both.
And he's gone 1 for 1 in the game so far at the line. And he drops the first.
Already an elite player in this league. The scary thing about Wembanyama is that he's only going to get better.
Johnson, he's checked in for San Antonio. And a switch here also for Detroit. Duren, he's checked in for Holland. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And having a big man like him who's efficient from the line used to be a luxury, but it's becoming more and more common.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. As we approach the postseason, let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You look at Detroit, they're in the pole position right now for the top seed in the conference.
Well, I think for the Pistons, they've been relentless competitors all season long. They've assured themselves of a lot of home games in the postseason, and we'll see if they can capitalize.
Pass to Harris. Cunningham outside. 5 on the clock. Robinson on the wing. Here's the lob, and there's the rejection. And it's out of bounds. Pistons able to retain possession here. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Amazing indeed. And getting stops like that only encourages them to keep attacking on the offensive end.
Here's Duran, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now that we have a chance, let's check out the teams that are scoring the most points off turnovers. Detroit, second.
This is a squad that will tax you for any mistake or loose ball. They know how to snatch the rock and run flat out to make sure they capitalize.
Cunningham against Fox. Outside Wembanyama. From downtown, the basket's good. Off the assist from Fox. Wembanyama's got 10 points.
And we've begun to see their three-point shooting slip a little this quarter.
Cunningham against Fox. A little mid-range shot is up. Chalk up 2 there. He has 7.
A sharp shooter from the mid-range. Cunningham doesn't need much room to feel comfortable firing away.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Outside Wembanyama. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
Yeah, Wembanyama fights for his bucket, using his size to get it done despite the foul.
Well, every team is looking for wings who can defend multiple positions. Who's at the top of your list, Tim?
Yeah, I look at a guy like Lou Dort, look at a guy like Jaden McDaniels. They've got length, a whole lot of want to, and they've got the ability to guard multiple positions.
The free throw no good for Wembanyama.
Yeah, they're really cashing in more at the line here in the second quarter.
Cunningham passes to Harris. Fox against Cunningham. Out to Thompson. Hey, expanding his range. And he's able to get it back.
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Johnson a screen on Cunningham. Fox against Cunningham. And it's Fox missing. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. It's a 16-point game. Harris against Wembanyama. Stolen by Thompson. Cunningham on the wing. Outside Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Harris. 11 feet out, and he hits it. Harris has got 6.
And the defense can't let Harris get that comfortable on those types of shots. He's a very reliable mid-range shooter.
Johnson finds Fox. Good, and that basket makes him 8 for 14 for the game.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Pass to Duran. Cunningham against Fox. And they doubled up Cunningham. Robinson passes to Thompson. Back to Robinson. The three, here's Harris. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Johnson passes to Bryant. Castle outside. The kick out to Johnson. San Antonio moving the ball around. Fox outside. Puts up a deep 3. The shot comes out. Good D by Harris. Pistons trail by 16. Pass to Cunningham. Harris against Johnson. Harris passes to Cunningham. Robinson for 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
Outside Wembanyama. Now here's Fox. Defended by Thompson. 1:24 left in the second. Kicks it out to Cunningham. Harris outside. Thompson, a screen on Johnson. Harris finds Robinson. Pass to Duran. Fires the 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
And most of the arena was totally against them. But they looked inward, trusted each other, and made good plays.
Hey, the crowd noise can make it hard to execute your offense on the road, but they did a great job playing their game.
Robinson against Castle. And here's Cunningham. Back to Robinson to get back on track. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got 4 assists now tonight.
And what a read there from Cunningham, showing he has vision and timing with his passes.
Back to Fox. Pass to Johnson. Wembanyama scanning the floor. From deep 3-point range. The shot, no good. Fires away from way outside. And we've reached halftime in this one. San Antonio on top, up by 15. And time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the San Antonio Spurs.
They're teaching a course on the interior, Shaq, the philosopher of the big Aristotle.
Yeah, pounded in there repeatedly. Excellence is a habit, not an action. That is a quote from the OG.
And with the playoffs approaching, let's take a glance. Again, it's kind of like an eclipse. Don't stare exactly at it, but let's look at the power rankings.
Well, right now for the Spurs, they've shown they're one of the best teams in the league. Maybe not the best, but maybe like number 3 looks fair to me.
Yes, with the way they've executed, it would have been hard to keep them out of the 3rd spot.
Yes, it would have.
That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Boy, it's been one outstanding game from De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, he played such a smart first half, maximizing his opportunities offensively.
And what more can you ask of him? That is helping out your team.
Pistons trail by 15. And on the floor for J.B. Bickerstaff as we get into the second half. Harris and Duren together in the middle. Cunningham is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And here's Cunningham outside. Nice work beyond the arc by Cunningham.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Tim, you've been vocal in your praise for Cade Cunningham, and rightfully so.
Well, BA, on any given night, Cade can be the best player on the floor. He scores, he makes plays, he rebounds, and he processes things quickly. He always seems to be under control.
Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. It's on Devin Vassell.
You know, when you watch Cunningham, he can take total control of the game. He's got that 6'6" length, and then you combine it with his dribbling and passing ability. An impressive package.
No good on the free throw. Tim, you graduated with an MBA from an elite business school. How has that impacted how you look at the NBA?
Well, it certainly gives you a look at how the business side of things are impacted in the NBA and a real grasp of the numbers. And man, oh man, are those numbers big at this level.
And the second free throw is good.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days.
Spurs lead by 11. Now Fox. The rebound by Detroit. Duren's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Pass to Cunningham. It's stolen by Fox. And here's the fast break. Knocked loose. Good D by Cunningham.
They started out this half ice cold, 0 for their first 3.
Cunningham against Castle. And he converts the layup. Castle's got his first basket.
Staying strong inside. Castle got touched up there, but it didn't throw him off.
Pass to Robinson. Cunningham against Fox. The 3. And Cunningham with a 3. Cunningham's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, the defense was a little soft right there, and it made it a practice shot.
Here's Wembanyama. To the inside. And stolen by Cunningham. Thompson outside. Pass to Harris. Detroit moving the ball around. Robinson for 3. That falls. Nice setup by Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. And here's Fox. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. They led by as many as 18. Next up on the schedule, the Clippers. That'll be a home game. Just 4 to shoot. The 3 from Wembanyama. Ooh, Wembanyama with the silky stroke from 3.
Wembanyama quickly with one of his own, firing right back.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. Over Fox. That one rolls around and rims out. San Antonio leading by 10. And he lobs it up. Oh, go up and go get it, Wemby.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
The Pistons have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Thompson, a screen on Fox. Cunningham with the ball. Castle covering. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
San Antonio has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Cunningham against Fox. Fox lifts off and hammers it down.
And this is Fox at his best, slamming his foot on the gas pedal and scoring with confidence.
Cunningham against Fox. Cunningham deciding where to go with it. Cunningham is doubled. And here's Harris outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got assist number 5 here tonight. San Antonio leading by 11. Vassell outside. Stolen by Thompson. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Commissioner Adam Silver was asked about the wildest ideas thrown around in the league office. He said, quote, one thing that's been discussed is potentially 2 free throws for a foul on a 3-point shot. I don't think we'd do it in the last 2 minutes of the game, but that's something interesting. Guys, back to you.
Not a bad idea. Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Pass to Wembanyama. Shot clock at 5. Fox for 3. Oh, Wembanyama making it look easy.
Yeah, terrific follow-through from Wembanyama, proving he has a good head on his shoulders.
Harris right side. Back to Cunningham. Duran with a screen on Fox. And he's going for the lob. Stolen by Wembanyama. Pass to Champagny. Over Harris. And San Antonio getting another bucket right there. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Yeah, they've collected an impressive number of steals so far, using fast hands to force some turnovers and then scoring on the other end.
And they have also done a great job capitalizing on turnovers. Whenever they get a steal, they are off to the races. They're going to try to keep that going.
Now Harris. Will not go. Misses off the front iron. Spurs lead by 15. Castle outside. Inside. Duran with a steal. Castle against Robinson. Pass to Cunningham. Duran with a screen on Fox. Cunningham is doubled. Harris outside. Puts up a 3. No good that time. For San Antonio, they've gotten 6 of 10 shots to fall in this third quarter. Champagny's shot is off.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect them to make that layup.
On the wing, Thompson. He's guarded by Vassell. Cunningham passes to Robinson. Back to Cunningham. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. San Antonio's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Thompson against Fox. Wembanyama screen. And it's Fox missing. Pistons trail by 15. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Another steal. Pass to Castle. San Antonio moving the ball around. Fade away. Duran with a rebound. Duran's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Duran with a screen on Castle. Robinson finds Harris. Duran the screen. Harris down low. Oh, nice step back to create some space. Harris has got 11.
In so many ways, Harris can beat you. He has the size and skill to score from all 3 levels.
Fox with the ball. Picked up by Cunningham. And here's Vassell from the arc. The basket's good. Off the assist from Fox. He's got 5.
I just love the ball move.
And so the timeout by J.B. Bickerstaff here. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players.
Oh my, their coach does not look happy, and I can guess why. Their interior defense has been struggling.
Yeah, physically they are being overwhelmed in the paint right now. That can be hard to fix because it's a personnel issue.
And the Spurs making a change here. Harper's checked in. Detroit also making some changes. Holland comes in for Tobias Harris. Jenkins comes in for Cunningham. And it's Detroit with the ball. Pass to Jenkins. Robinson on the wing. Duran with a screen on Fox. Shot clock at 6. Thompson outside. And again, no good by Detroit. On offense, here is San Antonio. They're on a 14-5 run. Fox for 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
Such an unpredictable player. Fox enjoys toying with defenders and bullying them in pick and rolls.
Pass to Jenkins. Back to Robinson. Now Thompson. Stolen by Wembanyama. Here's Champagnie. Shoots over Robinson. Champagnie shot is off. Thompson outside. Duran with a screen on Vassell. Oh, there's the alley. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Here's Fox. There's the triple. Jenkins with a rebound. Pistons trail by 19. Left side Robinson. And there's a 3-second violation. And now it's time to check the rookie leaderboard and see which first-year players are leading their class in assists. 5th, Dylan Harper.
The league got a big infusion of talented passers this year, and he's up there with the best of them. And as time goes, his court vision is only going to get better.
Looking at who's out there now for San Antonio. Cornette comes in for Champagnie, and Keldon Johnson subbed in for Fox. Detroit also making some changes. Green's checked in for Thompson, and LeVert subbed in for Robinson. Down low. Duran with a steal. Outside, Green. Pass to LeVert. Green with a screen on Johnson. Here's LeVert. And scores off the crossover.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
Here's Harper. Rebound Detroit. Duran's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Well, Tim, you talk about an NBA physique. Jalen Duran is absolutely shredded.
Yeah, and he defies gravity too, B.A. What I like is he understands his game. He doesn't get outside of himself. He focuses on running the floor and then getting eye level with the rim.
Clock is at 3. Here's Jenkins. The three-pointer off the mark. On offense, here is San Antonio. They're on a 17-7 run. Harper passes to Vassell. To the paint. Here's Holland. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
Why even try in there against Wembanyama? I mean, it's just too difficult.
Pass to Cornette. To the left side wing. Wembanyama down low. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Wembanyama's got 21.
He's been perfect this quarter. They keep feeding him, and he keeps delivering.
LeVert goes against Johnson. LeVert outside. Here's Jenkins. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And so it's San Antonio up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
What a find. These are the kind of plays we've come to expect from him.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Castle and Johnson are on the wings. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Luke Cornett. And it's Fox in at point guard. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Johnson passes to Cornett, uses the glass on the layup.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, the way this game is going, I'm actually not surprised it was that easy for him.
Castle against LeVert. Cunningham, left side. Three-pointer, Stewart. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists now in the game. San Antonio leading by 18. Down low. And stolen by Stewart. Stolen by Castle. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Outside Johnson. Olynyk with a screen on Stewart. Inside. And that one's good, Olynyk. And the Spurs lead by 20.
And they're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Green, the pass to Stewart. And there's the foul. It's on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul. And we continue to see the value of NBA franchises climb. Grant, are you glad you got in when you did?
Oh, yes, I am. I think beyond, though, the dollars and cents, it's just the joy of having a hand in the growth of this game and this league that we all love so much.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Cunningham finds Green, lets it fly. And it's Cunningham missing.
Well, if you take low percentage shots, you are going to have difficulty making them.
To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Holland. And a moment to check out who the San Antonio Spurs have coming up. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. And then on Sunday, they'll be facing Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more even pairing in the league. That one promises to be a really closely fought battle.
Castle outside. Launches it from deep. LeVert with a rebound. Pistons trail by 20. Pass to Cunningham. And here is Green. Now here's LeVert. To the inside. It's picked off. Back come the Spurs in transition. Castle with it. Now LeVert defending. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Yeah, great finish from Johnson, leaving no room for error with the slam.
The Pistons shooting right at 35%. Not getting what they want out there. Cunningham is doubled. Back to LeVert. Stewart, a screen on Castle. Here's LeVert. And that one's long. And Fox has got the ball here for San Antonio. It's a 22-point lead, the most they've led by. Pass to Cornett. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
LeVert goes against Castle. Cunningham outside. Outside for Green. 3 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Pistons. For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Three-pointer, Fox. The rebound by Detroit. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Nets. It'll be a quick stopover at home before they have to get back out on the road. LeVert goes against Castle. Stewart, a screen on Castle. LeVert outside. Over Castle. Not enough on that one as it misses. San Antonio's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. LeVert goes against Fox. Well, a lot of eyes focused on NBA officiating, but where their eyes are focused is also a topic.
Yeah, the league's able to track officials' position on the court and even tell where they're looking. And you cross-check that with the results and train them where to be and where to keep watching.
San Antonio needs to get off a shot. The shot by Olynyk, no good. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Cunningham against Fox. Cunningham is doubled. And here's LeVert for 3. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Wembanyama's checked in for Cornette. Champagnie comes in for Olynyk. Devin Vassell, he's checked in for Castle. And it's Harper in for De'Aaron Fox. And the Pistons will go for a different look here. Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Tobias Harris comes in for Holland. Thompson, he's checked in for Green. And it's Robinson in for LeVert. Here's Champagnie. Pass to Johnson. Vassell, right side. Back to Johnson. Well, Lex, being a GM in the NBA is a tough gig. What's the most important part of the job, in your opinion?
Well, BA, evaluating talent is still the main responsibility of the job. That includes drafting, free agency, even selecting a coach. But then it's about building relationships, establishing communication, and culture.
Ooh, sounds like a lot of qualifications that you have.
Well, I'm pretty comfortable right here, if that's okay.
Vassell outside. Pass to Harper. San Antonio again can't hit.
Yeah, and that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
Thompson finds Duren. Here's Champagnie, pounded by Harris. Vassell's shot is good. And it's 7 points for Devin Vassell.
You know, he's so smooth on his catch-and-shoot jump shots, and Vassell has a natural rhythm on him, too.
Pass to Harris. Detroit moving the ball around. Robinson passes to Cunningham. From outside, off the mark. Spurs lead by 21. To the paint. Oh, stolen by Harris. Now Cunningham. Thompson outside. Cunningham passes to Harris. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama.
Come on, man. I mean, there was no chance Wemby was going to ever let that reach the rim.
And the Spurs with some changes. Castle's checked in for Johnson. And Fox is subbed in for Harper. Here's Cunningham. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Castle with it. With the drive. Oh, and he brings it down with a two-handed jam.
Oh, using that length. Castle converting under duress.
Pass to Harris. Oh, deflected. Castle outside. Here's Champagny. Right wing. From deep, Wembanyama. Book it. He's now 9 for 11 after that one.
Scouts love this from Wembanyama. A big who can hit smooth three-point shots.
Down low. He swipes the ball away again. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it.
Castle finds Wembanyama. Back to Castle. Over Robinson. Castle misses. Detroit has gone 2 of 4 from the perimeter here in the 4th quarter. Robinson passes to Harris. And in recent years, Legs, we're seeing a lot of young teams having success. Also, depth playing big dividends. What's changed?
Well, I think with today's up-tempo style, more players have to cover more ground. It just makes sense that younger, deeper teams are better equipped to handle all that wear and tear.
Young players seem to be more welcome, too, in the NBA culture.
No doubt. They're going to get an opportunity sooner.
Here's Wembanyama. Yes! And a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 6 assists now in the game. Pass to Robinson. And here's Duran. Looking to end the run. And Cunningham is good for 3.
Since halftime, they've been chucking up more shots from beyond the arc, trying to score in chunks.
Fox outside. Here's Wembanyama. Banked it in off the glass. And that's 28 points for Victor Wembanyama.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Pass to Harris. Rebounded by Champagny. San Antonio's gone only 1 of 4 from the perimeter here in this 4th quarter. Fox with a screen on Robinson. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
3-second violation. Detroit ball.
A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Cornette's checked in for Champagny. Bryant comes in for Vassell. Keldon Johnson, he's checked in for Castle. And it's Harper in for Fox. Detroit has gone 3 of 6 from downtown so far in the 4th. Thompson outside. Cunningham outside. Duran the screen. 5 to shoot. Thompson outside. Pulls it. Johnson with the defensive effort. They've got a commanding lead.
It just seems like everything is going their way. It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Spurs.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And looking at their record now, tonight's win gives them 45 on the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, he was just laser focused in that game. It got to the point where you just knew if he shot it, it was going in.
Duran finds Harris. Thompson outside. Here's Duran. Doesn't go that time. Some solid defense from Cornette. Pass to Harper. with San Antonio easily grabbing this one. We saw two different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And we present the player of the game, Victor Wembanyama.